As schools reopen for the second half of the term, many learners are returning to institutions grappling with persistent funding crisis. Despite repeated appeals from education stakeholders, schools are still operating on partial government capitation, leaving administrators struggling to finance essential services, pay support staff, and sustain academic and co-curricular programs during one of the busiest terms of the school calendar. And Musungu reports.
The second half of the school term resumed today, but many learners are returning to the familiar challenge of underfunding schools. Institutions are still operating with only part of government capitation, raising concerns over their ability to sustain learning and co-curricular activities. The first phase of second term was marked by unrest in several schools. The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Teachers, KUPPET, says many of the grievances raised by learners stem from inadequate funding, warning that schools cannot effectively address emerging challenges while operating with significant financial constraints.
Part of what was creating unrest was that the government delays capitation and the grievances of the students cannot be met, particularly grievances on bills, grievances on other social amenities that are supposed to be procured for them.
Yeah. These, as school heads say, delayed and partial capitation continues to strain the management of learning institutions. Speaking during their annual conference, they warned that persistent funding backlogs have disrupted the payment of non-teaching staff, delayed procurement of essential learning resources, and made it increasingly difficult for schools to operate effectively. Schools received 4,566 shillings per learner at the beginning of the term instead of the expected 6,733 shillings, leaving a funding gap of 1,821 shillings per student. The shortfall comes during one of the busiest school terms when institutions are expected to finance music festivals, ball games, and other academic programs. And Musungu, KTN, Nairobi.